Welcome back to Game 2 of our doubleheader this afternoon here at Augie Schmidt Field in Kenosha. Defiance winning Game 1, 13-10. Advanced their record to 9-3-1. The Redmen saw their three-game win streak snap. They fall to 7-5. Looking for a split here this afternoon in this doubleheader. Let's give you the starting lineups first for the visitors from Defiance, Ohio. Their batting order: Garrett Sierra will lead off and play second base. Ben Bucklew will catch and bat second. Michael Gilliland will hit third and play shortstop. Troy Konowinski, who played first base in Game 1, will pitch and hit here as the designated hitter here in Game number 2 and bat cleanup. Tanner Stipich will play center field and bat fifth. Jude Neary at third base, batting sixth. Hitting seventh, Lucas Tomeyer out in right field. Batting eighth will be John Brown, the first baseman. He started Game 1 today. And batting ninth and playing left field will be Grant Vickery. Again, Troy Konwinski on the hill for the Defiance Yellow Jackets. For the Redmen, their batting order this afternoon, it'll be Colton Klein leading off and playing center field. Ryan Kramer will bat second and play second base. Cody Phelps will hit third and play third base today, Game 2. Vinny Schwartz at first will bat cleanup. Miles Farley at shortstop will bat fifth. Clayton Taylor did not play in Game 1, will do the designated hitting and bat sixth. Hitting seventh will be Luke Beckman in left field here in Game number 2. Matt Pratcher will catch and hit eighth. Jake Schneider did not play in Game 1, will bat ninth and play right field. On the hill in Game number 2 for the Redmen will be Matt Willett. Redmen trying to bounce back here. Illinois Wesleyan lost this afternoon to Washington University, 6-0 the final in that one. North Central a 4-2 win in Game 1 of their doubleheader against Wisconsin Lutheran College. North Central leading the nightcap 5-3, that game top of the fourth inning. Top of the eighth down in Wheaton, the Thunder lead St. Mary's University 10-5. And the doubleheader out in Rockford between Augustana and Rockford College canceled due to wet grounds. Volleyball action going on over at the Tarbell Arena. Carthage winning the first two sets over Loris, the number 1 ranked men's volleyball team, 25-22 in Game 1, 25-22 in Game 2, and they trail in Game number 3, 7-6. That's early in match number 3. And the Redmen 18-1 on the season, 5-0 in the MCVL, and number 1 ranked in men's volleyball. That going on over in the Tarbell Arena. Redmen getting set to take the field here in game number 2 of this doubleheader. And Matt Willett will take the mound, the sophomore out of Des Plaines, Illinois. Willett 6'2", 192 out of Maine West High School. Making his third appearance of the season. Last appeared against Bemidji State back on March the 8th. Went 5 innings in that contest. Got the win for the Redmen. On the season, 9 innings pitched, 14 hits, 8 runs, 6 earned. 7 walks to go with 8 strikeouts, and he's given up 4 extra base hits. Earned run average at 6 coming into the game here today. Of course, Willett integral part of the staff last year, made 10 appearances, started 9 ball games, was 3-1 a season ago. A 3.61 earned run average in 52 1/3 innings. Only a sophomore, part of this young pitching staff for Augie Schmidt. This will be Garrett Sierra to lead things off here for the Yellow Jackets. Sierra in game 1, 3 for 5. Scored 3 runs, driven in a run in game 1. Willett will work from the stretch. And the first pitch of game 2 misses outside for ball 1. Scott Titrington is behind the plate calling the balls and strikes. Eric Turngren working the bases here in game number 2. Down the right field line near the bullpen, out of play, evens the count now at 1-1. Sierra, Bucklew, and Gilliland for the Yellow Jackets here in this first inning. Yellow Jackets looking to make it 3 straight and sweep this doubleheader here this afternoon. Curveball high, 2-1. Willett out of Maine West. Michael Randazzo is their head coach. Down there, a great program. Fastball high, 3-1. His 2017 team was a regional champion. Went the distance in the win over Augustana last April 8th. Count now full at 3-2 to the leadoff man, Garrett Sierra. Willett's pitch, swing and a miss. Got him on a high fastball. 1 gone here in the first.
Now batting for the Yellow Jackets, catcher Ben Bucklew.
Ben Bucklew, the catcher. 3 for 5 in game number 1. 4 runs scored, drove in a run. 1 walk in that contest. 6-run 4th inning for the Yellow Jackets. The difference in game number 1. They won at 13-10. Starts them off with a strike. Yeah, Jacob DeLabio started game 1. I thought he deserved better. He gave up an unearned run in the first inning and just has to get a little more confident. Was talking to his dad, Scott DeLabio, after the game today, and I like the kid. He's got good stuff. He just has to trust it. Don't get down. Stay confident, particularly in that first inning, giving up just the 1 run. It's the Carthage team that you're not going to beat 1-0 any time out. That's just not going to happen. This team hits the ball too well to lose a ball game 1-0. 2-1 the count here to Bucklew. Popped him up on the infield. Who wants it? Phelps, the third baseman, drifting in near the mound, makes the play. 2 gone. Michael Gilliland, the shortstop.
Michael Gilliland.
Gilliland officially 0 for 3 with a pair of walks in game number 1. First offering on the outside corner for strike 1. Willett, good fastball, good slider. Change speeds on that fastball. Out in front now, 0-2. Again, the wind off the lake here in game 2. 10 to 15 miles per hour. Liner up the middle will go through for a base hit. So 1 on, 2 gone, top of the first inning. So bring up the designated hitter and the pitcher today, Troy Konowinski. Konowinski, 3 for 5 in game number 1. He was at the plate. 1-2 count, bases loaded, 1 out. Close pitch called a ball, worked the count to 3-2, and then delivered a bases clearing double that broke open game number 1. Willett ahead of him, 0-1. Missing inside, evens the count now at a ball and a strike. Gilliland takes his lead at first. Breaking ball on the outside corner. 1-2 the count. Konowinski. Runner going, swing and a miss, strike 3. Inning over. 2 strikeouts for Willett here in the first. No runs on 1 hit. No errors, 1 man left. We head to the bottom half of inning number 1. Redmond and Defiance scoreless. Let's check the batting order here for the Carthage Redmond, game number 2. Leading off and playing center field will be Colton Klein. Batting second, the second baseman Ryan Kramer. Cody Phelps will play third and hit third today. Vinny Schwartz at first base will bat cleanup. Miles Farley batting fifth and playing shortstop. Clayton Taylor in at designated hitter and will bat sixth. Hitting seventh will be the left fielder Luke Beckman. Batting eighth, the catcher Matt Pratcher. And batting ninth and playing right field will be Jake Schneider. Defensively for Defiance here in game number 2, it'll be Vickery in left, Stipich in center, Tomeyer in right, Jude Neary at third, Michael Gilliland at short, Garrett Sierra at second, John Brown, who started game 1 as the pitcher, will play first, Bucklew will catch, and on the mound is Troy Konowinski. You'll see some time on the mound as well as in the field for this Yellow Jacket team. Last year was 2-3 with a team high 4 saves on the mound. Allowed 30 runs on 21 earned for a 4.14 earned run average. Walked 22, struck out 25, and he is third all time in career saves for Defiance. Starts off Klein with a strike. Last outing, 5 innings against Baldwin Wallace in a 5-3 loss. And he's in front of Klein now, 0-2. Klein in game 1, just 1 for 5. Coming in was red hot, 633 batting average coming into the doubleheader. Outstanding trip to Arizona, and soft liner to the shortstop for the out. Gilliland able to make the play, 1 gone here in the bottom half of the first inning.
Second baseman Ryan Kramer.
Brings up Ryan Kramer, the second baseman. Kramer 3 for 5 in game 1. 2 RBI, 2 runs scored. Driven to right. Tomeyer under it, 2 gone.
Now batting for the Redmen, the third baseman, Cody Phelps.
Ball one to Cody Phelps. Phelps red hot, 5 for 5 in game one with a walk. Drives that one into right center field. Tracking it is the center fielder Stipich for the out. 1, 2, 3 go the Redmen here in the first. We head to the second inning, a scoreless game number 2.
After the bottom of the first, there were no runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base for the Redmen. After one inning of play, the score is still knotted at 0. Now batting for the Yellow Jackets, the center fielder, Tanner Stipich.
Top of the second inning here for Defiance. It'll be Tanner Stipich, Jude Neary, and Lucas Tillmeyer in a scoreless game. Matt Willett on the hill for the Redmen. First pitch, missing outside for ball one. Stipich 1 for 4 in game number 1. Drove in a run, scored 2. And Daniel Tomalik got the win in game number 1 in relief. 3 innings of 2-hit scoreless relief. Jack Powell got the save in game number 1, his second. Jacob DeLabio absorbed the loss, 0-3 on the year for DeLabio. 3-0 the count here to Tanner Stipich. Walked him on 4 pitches. Inauspicious start here to get second inning for Defiance. First walk of the day given up by Willett. This will bring up Jude Neary, the third baseman. Neary 1 for 5 with 2 strikeouts in game number 1. The throw gets away from Schwartz, but not far enough for the Stipich to advance. And the Redmen open up conference play Wednesday at North Park. Then a doubleheader at Elmhurst on Saturday, with the Blue Jays coming back to Kenosha next Sunday for a single game. Redmen picked for second by the coaches in the CCIW this season, behind North Central. Right down Main Street for strike 1. Again, the conference tournament will be expanded to 6 teams this spring. Runner not going, fastball missing inside, 2-1. The conference tournament will feature 6 teams this year in the CCIW. And then the regionals have changed just a bit. It'll be a super regional of 4 teams. in there for strike two. Shot the knees and found it that time. Willett, 2-2 now. Stipich takes his lead. He's going. The pitch, strike three. No, yes, called, and the stolen base by Stipich. Goes as a strikeout, caught looking. Neary. Third strikeout for Willett here. So runner on second with one out. Lucas Tomeyer, the right fielder. 1 for 5 in game number one. Stipich with his lead at second has the attention of Willett. Curveball in there for strike one. Another hook, defensive swing to Willett. He'll flip to first for the putout. Stipich advancing to third. 2 out, runner at third here in the top half of the second inning. Bring up John Brown. Brown started and pitched 3 innings today, gave up 6 hits and 4 earned runs in game one of the doubleheader. He and Konwinski basically switched positions here. Brown at first base, Konwinski pitching here. Willett's delivery, again at the knees for a called strike. Shot the outside corner and missed. 2-1 the count here to John Brown. Jon Brown. Missed with a high fastball. Falls behind now, 3-1. Number 9 hitter Grant Vickery on deck. Got the outside corner that time. Full count now, 3-2. Willett's delivery, driven to left. Going back on it, Beckman. Beckman on the track will make the catch one step in front of the wall to retire the side. Got a little bit under that one. The wind carried it out to Beckman on the warning track. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left. We head to the bottom half of inning number 2. Defiance and Carthage scoreless. Bottom of inning number 2, it'll be Vince Schwartz, Miles Farley, and Clayton Taylor for the Redmen. 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Schwartz 2 for 4 in game number 1, 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Also had a pair of walks in game number 1, takes that one at the knees for a strike. Winsky's pitch grounded to short. Gilliland up with it, the long throw into the dirt and gets past the first baseman. Schwartz rounding the bag, will head into second. So Schwartz reaching base here. See if they go hit in an error here.
Miles Farley.
So Schwartz standing on second here to lead this second inning off. Winsky's pitch, hard smash to second. Look to runner back, the throw over by Sierra in time. One gone here in the second inning.
Now batting for the Redmen, the designated hitter, Clayton Taylor.
Clayton Taylor at the plate. Did not play in game number 1. 7th game of the season, his 5th start for the Redmen. Coming in as the designated hitter today. .353 batting average. 6 for 17 on the season. Waves at a curveball and misses. 0-1 the count. Went through a breaking ball once again. Behind now 0-2. Taylor, a junior out of Springfield, Illinois. Checka Schwartz at second. Winsky's pitch got him on 3. First strikeout of the ball game for Konwinski.
Now batting for the Redmen, the left fielder, Luke Beckman.
Brings up the left fielder, Luke Beckman. 2 out here, bottom of the second. Beckman 1 for 3 in game number 1. Checks his swing for a ball inside. 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Missing low. Schwartz with a big lead at second. Got the catcher Bucklew to pop up. 2-0 the count to Beckman. Missing low for ball 3. John LeKay coaching over at first or third for the Redmen again this season. Good guy. Walked him on 4. First walk issued by Konwinski today.
Now batting for the Redmen, the catcher, Matthew Pratchett.
So runners at first and second with 2 gone. Matthew Pratchett, the catcher, making his first appearance today. Pratcher 333, 4 for 12 on the season, takes outside for a ball. Four hits, 3 RBIs on the young season for Pratcher. The 1-0 pitch, 2-0, 6 straight bad ones here for Konwinski. Now what do? He's thrown 6 bad ones here. Do you swing away or wait on one? He'll take it for ball 3. Didn't miss by much, looking for the outside corner that time. Ball 4, 8 straight, loads the bases.
Now batting for the Redmen, the right fielder, Jake Snyder.
So the base is loaded for the number 9 hitter, Jake Schneider. He swings at breaking ball that time for strike 1. Well, the guy just threw 8 bad ones. I think I'd force him to throw you a strike at this point. Help him out there with a pitch out of the strike zone. 0-1 the count. Schneider, a .444 hitter. 8 for 18, popped it up straight back and out of play. Konwinski now ahead in the count, 0-2. North Central in front of Wisconsin Lutheran, 6-5. That game in the 5th inning of game number 2. It's a fly ball into short right field. Coming on, making the catch. A diving grab is Tomeyer, the right fielder, to retire the side. Wow, nice play out there in right field by Tomeyer.
After the bottom of the second, there were no runs.
No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 3 men left on for the Redmen. They leave the bases loaded. We head to the 3rd. Scoreless, Carthage and Defiance. We move along to the 3rd inning here in Kenosha. Defiance and Carthage scoreless. Yellow Jackets winning game number 1, 13-10. John Weiser with you. Glad you're along this afternoon on the video stream. First spring action of the year for the Redmen here at home. Number 9 hitter Grant Vickery at the plate. Fouls that one back. Vickery in game number 1, 2 for 5 with a run scored. Two 2-0 the count. It was a 6-run 4th inning in game number 1. High hopper to the shortstop Farley. Quick throw, got him. One gone here in the third. Top of the order, Garrett Sierra. Struck out to start the ball game back in the first inning. Yeah, 6-run fourth inning for Defiance. Redmond committing 3 errors. And a couple of unearned runs. They get out of that fourth inning, might be a different story. One and 0 the count to Sierra. Willett following behind here.
Hey, foot down, yes, yes, yes.
Willett called on to be the stopper here. Got a high strike call there, 2-1. Chilly but sunny here in Kenosha today. Temperatures in the 40s, but that wind off the lake makes it feel much colder. Smash to the shortstop, Miles Farley. Up with it, quick throw, and a nice pick by Schwartz, 2 gone. Back-to-back groundouts to the shortstop, Miles Farley. 2 out here in the third, brings up Ben Bucklew, the catcher. Bucklew, infield fly out to Phelps, the third baseman, back in the first inning. Missing with the slider, 1-0. And the Redmond back home next Sunday, single game against Elmhurst, 1 o'clock. First pitch. We'll have it for you here on the video stream. Smash to the third baseman, Phelps. Up with it, high throw, pulls Schwartz off the bag, he's safe. Schwartz thought he got back on it on the corner. It should be an E5 there. So reaching on a 2-out error is Bucklew. Not much of a protest from the Redmond bench on that high throw by Phelps. I think Phelps kind of rushed it. He had a little bit more time. Was hit sharply. Runner not going. The pitch inside for ball 1. Gilliland, the shortstop. The only hit so far in the ball game. The 2-out single back in the first inning. Went around on an inside fastball. 1-1 the count. Soft toss over to first. Bucklew in safely. Bucklew, a pair of stolen bases in game 1, has 7 on the year. Might be going here, he is. Pitch outside, the throw down by Pratcher is in time for the out to retire the side. Nice throw by Pratcher. Able to get Bucklew caught stealing. And so the Yellow Jackets done here in the third inning. No runs on no hits, 1 error, and nobody left on base. Bottom of inning number 3. Scoreless between the Redmond and the Yellow Jackets.
Leading off the inning for the Redmond, number 9, Colton Klein.
Top of the order here in the bottom half of the third inning for the Redmen will be Colton Klein, Ryan Kramer, and Cody Phelps. Klein lined out to the shortstop Gilliland back in the first inning. Pitch by Konwinski in there for a strike on the inside corner. Klein only one hit in this doubleheader. 1 for 6, and now he's behind 0-2. Defiance has done a nice job with Klein. Gotten ahead of him in the count. Drives that one into center. Stipich coming on, one gone. Ryan Kramer, the second baseman, stepping in. Kramer flew out to Tomeyer, the right fielder, back in the first inning. Redmond so far without a hit. Schwartz reaching on an error back in the second inning. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Troy Konwinski on the hill was the first baseman in game number 1. There's a sharply hit ball into right that will get down for the first hit of the game for the Redmen. Single to right for Ryan Kramer. 1 out and a runner at first for Cody Phelps, the third baseman. Phelps flew out to the center fielder Stipich to end the first inning. Five for 6 now in this doubleheader. Kramer will take his lead at first. Winsky out of the stretch, delivers a ball. And a good crowd here today. Redmond home debut. If you sit in that sun and out of the wind, it's probably not too bad. Toss to first, and Kramer back safely. Kramer again with a good lead. Not going. The pitch driven hard into right center field. That's trouble. That will get all the way to the wall. Rounding second, heading for third is Kramer. LeQuay is going to send him. He will score. There'll be a play at third, and in sliding with a triple is Cody Phelps. An RBI triple for Phelps gives the Redmen a 1-0 lead. And that was trouble right from the get-go. The center fielder, Stipich, shading around toward left. Had a long way to go for that one. It got down in front of the warning track. Kramer running all the way. No delay at all. John LeQuay over at third, the third base coach, waving him around, and the Redmen have a 1-0 lead. Vinny Schwartz at the plate. Schwartz reached on an error back in the second inning. Redmond unable to score, left the bases loaded in that second inning. Just missing outside, 1-1 the count.
Perfect.
Cody Phelps That is his second triple of the year. Shot the corner and hit it. 1 and 2. And for Phelps, that is his 9th run. Batted in. One and 2 the count to Vinny Schwartz, the first baseman. Popped him up, middle of the diamond. Drifting back is Sierra, the second baseman, out in the short center, makes the play, 2 gone. Brings up the shortstop, Miles Farley. 0 for 1 in game 2. Grounded out to Sierra in the second inning. Redmond lead it 1-0. Single by Kramer and a triple by Cody Phelps, scoring Kramer here in this third inning if you're just joining us. Fly ball into right field. Out behind the foul line, the second baseman able to track it down, Sierra for the putout. Sierra on full run that time, able to get between the first baseman Brown and the right fielder Tomeyer to make the play to retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. After 3 full now, in game 2 of our doubleheader, it's the Redmond 1 and Defiance 0.
The Yellow Jackets, none. The Redmond, 1.
Redmond volleyball with a 3-game sweep this afternoon over at the Tarble Arena, knocking off Loris 25-22, 25-22, and 26-24. Go to 19-1 now and 6-0 in the MCVL, the number 1 ranked Redmond volleyball team. Loris now falls to 4-2 in the conference and 18-5 overall. Jay Marks has that team humming. They continue to press on. Might find themselves back in the NCAA tournament.
Up to the plate for the Yellow Jackets, the shortstop, Michael Gilliland.
It'll be Michael Gilliland, the shortstop, to lead things off here in the 4th inning for Defiance. He was at the plate when Ben Bucklew was caught stealing to end the 3rd inning. That one skips in for ball 1. Matt Willett on the hill for the Redmond here in game 2. He's allowed just 1 hit and 1 walk to go with 2 strikeouts this afternoon. Make it 3 strikeouts by Willett today. Falls behind, 2-0 to Gilliland. Singled back in the 1st inning and left stranded. Fouls that one away, 2-1 the count. We're in the 4th, game 2 of our doubleheader. Falls behind, 3-1. Willett working exclusively from the stretch today. Shot the corner and missed. A leadoff walk for the Yellow Jackets here in the 4th.
Up to the plate for the Yellow Jackets, the pitcher, Troy Konwinski.
Troy Konwinski, the pitcher, also the DH here today, struck out back in the 1st. Gillen yet to attempt a stolen base. He'll dive back into 1st safely. Shortstop Farley right behind second base here for the lefty and slices that one into left. Right at Beckman, who makes the play. 1 gone here in the 4th inning. Retreating back to 1st is Gilliland. Tanner Stipich, the center fielder, walked and stole a base back in the second inning, was left stranded at third base to end the second inning. Missing outside, ball one. Willett trying to give Augie Schmidt something he needs here, and that's extended start here by his starter. They went through 5 pitchers and 4 pitchers in game number 1. Delabio went 3, started the game and took the loss. Pasquale Ateo, Chance Roach, good-looking right-hander, and Aiden Earl all saw action in game 1. Again, the toss to first, and Gilliland was about 2 steps off the bag. And that becomes a tough look for Schwartz over at first, looking right into that sun. Dancing around is Gilliland, off-speed pitch on the outside corner. Willett ahead now, 1-2. Spiked it in there. Pratcher trying to track it down, can't. Advancing to second is Gilliland. I believe that'll go as a wild pitch. It does. Steve Maravich doing the scoring here today. Good to have Steve back. My second conscience over there. Voinovich has got my first conscience. A lot of consciousness going on over here, which is nice. Full count now to the hitter. Stipich. Runner on second takes his lead. Check swing foul in the netting. One out, top of the 4th inning. Redmond lead it by a score of 1-0. Redmond plating a run in the 3rd. Trying to split this doubleheader. Missed on the outside corner for ball 4. Second walk of the inning for Willett. 3rd in the ball game. So runners at first and second with 1 out. Jude Neary, the third baseman, stepping in. Neary, a strikeout victim, back in the second. Curveball in for strike. Neary just 1 for 5 in game 1. Got in front of that one and lined it foul off the fencing in front of the bullpen in right field. Willett ahead of him now, 0-2. Tolmeyer, the right fielder, on deck for the Yellow Jackets. Out of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, HCHC. Franklin, Anderson, Rose, Holman. Top 3 teams picked for that league this year by the league's coaches. 1-2 the count. Franklin, 6 players on the all-conference team a year ago. (17-1) in the conference last year. That one gets away from Pratcher, and there won't be a play as the runners advance. Scoring position now with 1 out. Matt Willett needs to bear down here. 2-1 the count. Grounded down the right field line and foul. 2-2 to Jude Neary, the third baseman. Big one to get here. Willett checks the runners. Gilliland at third. Stipich at second. That one skips foul past Schwartz at first base. Remains 2-2 to Neary. Willett will check the runners once again. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout. Getting Neary. Second strikeout of Neary today. 2 gone. Brings up Tomeyer, the right fielder. Tomeyer grounded out to Willett back in the second inning. Little roller up the first base side. Starts him off with a curveball missing high for ball 1. Yeah, the HCHC, the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. Maureen Hardy will be leaving the position at HCA at the Heartland Conference and will be joining the CCIW as the executive director of the conference this coming summer. I believe July 1st is when she will start, taking over for Chris Martin. Missing outside, 2-1. Fouled and a breaking ball. 2-2 to Tomeyer. Redmond lead it by a score of 1-0. Gilliland on third, reached on a walk, a wild pitch and a pass ball to third. Stipich walked, reached second on the pass ball. They're in scoring position in the dirt. Nice stop by Pratcher. Full count, 3-2 to Tomeyer. Jammed him. Roller to the third baseman. Phelps up with it. The throw over, and they get out of it. Runners at second and third with 1 out, and Willett wiggles off the hook. No runs on no hits. There were 2 walks and 2 men left. We head to the bottom of inning number 4. It's the Redmond 1 and Defiance College nothing. Couple of games going on in the CCIW this afternoon. Game 2 of a doubleheader. North Central leading Wisconsin Lutheran College 6-5. That game in the bottom of the 7th. North Central winning game 1 4-2. Wheaton defeated St. Mary's by a score of 12-4. Illinois Wesleyan fell to Washington University earlier today, 6-0. Augustana and Rockford, that game to be played in Rockford, that doubleheader was postponed. This will be Clayton Taylor, Luke Beckman, and Matt Pratcher due up for the Redmen here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Konwinski's pitch grounded sharply through the third baseman into left field for a base hit. Got past Neary. So the leadoff man reaching here for the Redmen. Bring up Beckman. Beckman reached on a walk back in the second inning. The left fielder. Missing outside, ball one. Konwinski working from the stretch, delivers a strike on the outside corner, evens the count now at 1-1. Taylor reaching on a sharp single past the third baseman to start this fourth inning. Takes his lead at first. Right center field. Stipich, the center fielder, going back on it. It overshoots him to the wall. Did not make the play. Taylor into third. Stopping at second is Beckman. Again, that ball drifting away from the center fielder, Stipich. Tomeyer, thinking Stipich was going to make the play, kind of backed off the chase. And it lands out on the warning track, I believe, for a double. Second and third, and nobody out for the Redmen here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Golden opportunity here for Pratcher, the catcher. Walked and was stranded back in the second inning. Takes a strike. Infield in at third. Neary. Back all the way around, short, second, and first. Driven hard to left and deep. Track, wall, and gone. Off the scoreboard for a home run. Matt Pratcher going deep on Konwinski. His first home run of the year. 3 RBIs, and the Redmen lead it by a score of 4-0. A no-doubter off the scoreboard in left center field for Pratcher. Got a fastball up, waited on it. Off the scoreboard in left. First home run given up by Konwinski. Taking a strike is Schneider. 3-run homer for Matt Pratcher, his first of the year. Ground ball to the second baseman, Sierra. Up with it, the throw, one gone. Top of the order we go now, Colton Klein.
The center fielder, Colton Klein.
Klein 0 for 2 here in game 2. For the doubleheader, Klein 1 for 7. Drives that one to right and deep. Back goes Tomeyer. Track, wall, gone. Colton Klein. A solo dinger, and the Redmen add to their lead 5-0. for Klein, his second home run of the year, 15 RBIs. Brings up Ryan Kramer, the second baseman. 4 hits in the inning, 3 for extra bases for the Redmen. Winsky skips one to the backstop. No activity yet in the Yellow Jacket bullpen, although there is some stirring now. Again, they used 6 pitchers in game number 1. 2-0 the count to Ryan Kramer. Matt Pratcher with a 3-run homer. Colton Klein, a single dinger. 3-0. Redmond opening up this ball game now. 5-0 Carthage. 5 runs on 6 hits now for the Redmen. Taking all the way, strike 1 on the outside corner. Kramer 1 for 2 here in game number 2. Sharply hit behind the third base bag. It's a fair ball. Long throw off the bag. Tag play, missed him. Diving back on the bag is Kramer. Infield single for Kramer. Time called here. I think the head coach, Derek Woodley, wanting to appeal that play. Umpires are going to talk about it. Base umpire Turngren going to Scott Titrington, the home plate umpire, and they're going to rule him safe. No tag. It goes an infield single for Ryan Kramer. It was a sharply hit ball behind the third base bag. Would have taken a good throw to get there. With Kramer a good runner. So he's at first base with a single. Cody Phelps at the plate, taking outside for a ball. Phelps with a RBI triple back in the 3rd inning, gave the Redmen an early 1-0 lead. 1 for 2 here in game 2. Six for 7 in the doubleheader today. 1-1 the count. Time called at home plate by the catcher that time. Activity now in the Yellow Jacket bullpen. Grant Caravo, a left-hander, up and throwing. Throw over to first. Kramer able to get back in safely. And only 1 out. 4 runs in for the Redmen. A 3-run home run by Matt Pratcher and a solo home run by Colton Klein, the scoring here in the 4th inning. Two and 1 the count. Winsky, check of the runner, Kramer at first. Not going, smashed foul. Hit sharply down the third base line. 2 and 2 the count to Cody Phelps. Vinny Schwartz on deck for the Redmen. Grounded to the second baseman. Sierra to Gilliland to first in time for the double play. 4-6-3 and out. But the Redmen score 4 here in the fourth inning on a 3-run home run by Matt Pratcher, a solo job by Klein.
No runners left on base for the Redmen. After 4 innings of play, the Redmen 4, Yellow Jackets 0.
So 4 runs, on 5 hits. No errors and nobody left. We head to the 5th inning, 5-0 Carthage.
Now batting for the Yellow Jackets, first baseman John Brown.
John Brown to lead things off, the first baseman here for Defiance. We're in the top half of the 5th inning, 5-0 Redmen. A 4-run 4th inning for Carthage. Fouled straight back, 1-1 the count. Brown 0 for 1. Flew out to left fielder Beckman back in the 2nd inning. Popped him up into foul territory. Phelps, the third baseman, makes the play. One gone. Tough play there for Cody Phelps.
Up the bat for the Yellow Jackets, the left fielder, Grant Vickery.
Brings up the left fielder, Grant Vickery. Vickery 0 for 1. Grounded into a fielder's choice back in the 3rd inning. Has that one foul? Well, let's pitch into the dirt. Staked to a 5-run lead now. Trying to qualify for the win. There is activity in the Redmen bullpen. Bounce that one in. 2-1. Grounded to the second baseman, Kramer. Quick throw, 2 gone. Top of the order now in Garrett Sierra, second baseman.
The Yellow Jackets, The second baseman, Garrett Sierra.
Sierra 0 for 2 here in game number 2. Starts him off with a curveball, and Willett gets it in and over. Willett with 3 walks and 3 strikeouts today. One and one to Sierra. Takes a strike, 1-2. Off of Willett's leg to the second baseman. Nice play by Kramer to throw to first. Got him! 1-4-3 off the left leg of Willett. And Kramer able to recover to make the putout. 3 up, 3 down go the Yellow Jackets here in the 5th. We head to the bottom half of inning number 5. 5-0 Redmond.
Leading off the inning for the Redmen, first baseman, Fish Schwartz.
Vinny Schwartz to lead things off for the Redmen here in the bottom half of inning number 5. Drives that one deep to left, to the track, to the wall. That one is gone. A leadoff home run for Vinny Schwartz. 3rd home run of the game for the Redmen. For Schwartz, that is his first home run of the year. 5th RBI in the ball game today.
Now batting for the Redmen, the shortstop, Miles Farley.
6-0 Carthage. In the inside corner for a strike to Miles Farley. 0 for 2 today here in game number 2. 2 for 6 in the doubleheader. Fouled sharply into the Redmond bullpen and right. Grounded sharply to the third baseman, Neary. Long throw, one gone here in the 5th.
Off to the plate for the Redmen, the designated hitter, Clayton Taylor.
Brings up the DH, Clayton Taylor. Taylor singled and came home on the 3-run home run by Matt Pratcher back in the 4th inning. Redmond with 1 in the 3rd, 4 in the 4th, and 1 here in the 5th. Trying to bounce back from that first game, a 13-10 loss here to the Yellow Jackets. And Winsky's pitch hit him. Clayton Taylor hit by a pitch.
Off the bat for the Redmen, the left fielder, Luke Beckman.
Bring up Luke Beckman, the left fielder. Beckman officially 1 for 1 with a walk. Doubled back in the 4th inning and scored on the Pratcher home run. High for ball 1. Sharply hit into left field on the long run, not able to make the catch. It's a fair ball. Vickery, the left fielder, could not come up with it. That will advance Taylor to second.
Up to the plate for the Redmen, catcher, Matthew Pratcher.
See what they rule here. Steve Maravich given the test here. Base hit. Just checking over there. That might be it for Konwinski. Looks like we got a pitching change here for the Yellow Jackets. Konwinski going 4 1/3 here. As he will come out into pitch here in relief. It'll be Grant Caravo, left-hander.
Now pitching for the Yellow Jackets, number 17, Grant Caravo.
Caravo, a junior, 5'11", 205 pounds, out of Northwood, Ohio, making his 4th appearance. Has 1 save on the season in 3 1/3 innings, 3 strikeouts. Transferred from Heidelberg University, where he was a member of the baseball program during the 2017 season. This is his 2nd year with Defiance. Made 6 appearances last year with 1 start. 18 runs, 17 earned in 5 2/3 last season. An 0-1 record for Caravo. He will come on here with 1 out and a runners at 1st and 2nd for the Redmen. Konwinski going 4 1/3, giving up 8 hits, but cannot close the book just yet. So bring up Matt Pratcher, the catcher, a 3-run bomb onto the scoreboard in left center field the last time up. We'll face a left-hander here and take strike 1. Hit sharply through the coach's box at 3rd. Pitched an inning and a 1/3 of scoreless relief against Augustana on March the 7th. Inning of scoreless relief against Alvernia on March 8th. His last outing was against Alma back on March 17th. Again, only 1 inning in that one, and got the save in the 2-1 win over Alma in that one. working from the stretch, missing outside. Taylor on at second, was hit by a pitch. Advanced to second on the single by Beckman, who's on at first. Infield back looking for a double play here. Takes inside for a ball. Two and two the count. Driven hard to left once again and deep. Left fielder can't make it. Vickery over his head off the wall. Schneider had to hold up. They're going to wave him in. There won't be a play there. There'll be a play at third. It gets past the third baseman. Off the backstop. There'll be a play at the plate. Safe at home. Taylor scores. Beckman comes all the way around from first base to score. It'll be a double and an error. Throwing error by the shortstop, Gilliland, on the cutoff play. They had a play at third. It skipped past the third baseman. That allowed Beckman to come all the way around to score. 3 in for the Redmen. They now lead it 8-0. Infield in here with 1 out. Ratcher with a pair of extra base hits here in game 2. Schneider at the plate where he is 0 for 2. Heading the count now 1-0. Again, the infield in with the runner at third. Count even now at a ball and a strike. Hit hard into left field. Vickery will make the play. Tagging at third is Pratcher. He'll come home to score. And the Redmen lead it 9-0. Sac fly for Schneider.
Up to the plate for the Redmen, the center fielder.
9th run batted in for Schneider this year. Redmen score 4 here in the 5th. Jump out to a 9-0 lead. Colton Klein at the plate. Solo home run in the 4th inning for Klein. Takes inside for a ball. Now ahead in the count, 2-0. Klein with his 2nd home run of the season, a solo shot in the 4th. 15 RBIs on the season, takes that one in there for a strike, 2-1. Pretty good output for Klein at the leadoff spot. 15 RBIs and has scored 15 runs this year. It's getting the most out of your leadoff hitter. Took that one on the outside corner. Count even now at 2-2. Base is empty and 2 out. Missing outside, 3-2. Full count to Colton Klein, excuse me. Ball 4 taken outside. First walk issued by Caravo. go with a hit batter. Klein taking his lead at first, dancing around. Pitch taken for a strike by Ryan Kramer. Kramer 2 for 3 here in this second game. Pair of singles and a run scored. 5 for 8 in the doubleheader with 3 runs scored. Breaking ball outside, 0-2. Just got the corner. Fouls that one away to the right side. Remains 0-2. And the Redmen on the road Wednesday at North Park. A single game down at the Holmgren Athletic Complex. And a doubleheader Saturday at Elmhurst before returning home next Sunday for a single game against the Blue Jays. Strike 3 called, inning over, but the Redmen send 8 to the plate here in the 5th inning, scoring 4 runs. 3 hits, including a leadoff home run by Vinny Schwartz. 1 error and 1 man left. We head to inning number 6 here in Kenosha of game 2 of our doubleheader. Carthage 9, Defiance nothing. You get hazardous duty pay? Matt Willett back on the hill for this 6th inning. He's been staked to a 9-run lead. Redmond with 9 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. Defiance, no runs, 1 hit, and 2 errors. The only hit, a 2-out single back in the 1st inning by Michael Gilliland. Willett's first pitch, missing inside for ball 1. Buckley takes outside for ball 2. Willett with just the 1 hit given up. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, pops him up on the infield. Kramer drifting back. The second baseman makes the play. 1 gone here in the 6th.
Now batting for the Yellow Jackets, the shortstop, Michael Gilliland.
Brings up the shortstop, Michael Gilliland. He with the only hit by the Yellow Jackets here in game 2. 2-out single back in the 1st inning. Also reached on a walk back in the 4th. Off-speed pitch driven to the shortstop, Farley. 2 gone. Brings up Konwinski now. Remains in the game as the designated hitter. Cravo came on in relief of him as the pitcher, but he'll remain the designated hitter. 2 out here in the 6th, and Willett bouncing a curveball. Augie Schmidt getting exactly what he needed out of Willett today. Scoreless ball here through 5. Grounded. Schwartz, the first baseman, through his glove. And what do we got, a foul ball here? What's going on here? There was no signal by either umpire whether that was fair or foul. If it's fair, he should be out. He's out. You got it. Batter never left the box. First base coach irate. Head coach at third base irate. There was no signal by the home plate umpire whether it was fair or foul. I think that's what they're upset about. Somebody's got to make a call here. You know, batter just stood at second or at home thinking it was a foul ball. Good case here by the Defiance head coach here. Now the home plate umpire, Scott Trittington, having enough with Defiance here today. Waving the coach back into the third base dugout. Again, that would be my beef. Neither umpire made a call. I realize that's the home plate umpire's call. He's got to make some sort of a signal, either fair or foul, and be emphatic about it. And I think that's what's got the Defiance coaching staff upset. There was really nothing done. Batter stood at the box thinking it was a foul ball, but no signal by either umpire. So bottom of inning number 6 now, 9-0 Redmond. Cody Phelps, Vinny Schwartz, and Miles Farley due up for the Redmen. Strike one called. Phelps with a triple and an RBI in the ball game today. Here in game 2, 1 for 3. Count even now at a ball and a strike. 3 home runs today for the Redmen in game number 2. 3-run shot by Matt Pratcher, the catcher. Solo shots by Colton Klein and Vinny Schwartz. And I've said all along, I think the Redmen, no question they'll be able to hit the ball all season. It's whether they're going to get pitching like they've got here in game 2 by Matt Willett. Talked with Augie Schmidt a little bit the other day and kind of knew what he was getting when he needed a big game when Kevin Tiber the last couple of years. And doesn't really have that luxury just yet, but maybe Willett's his guy. Popped it up to the outfield. Center fielder waving off the left fielder. Stipich able to make the play.
Now batting for the Redmen, the first baseman, Vince Schwartz.
It was Vince Schwartz, the first baseman, led off the 5th inning with a solo home run. His first round trip of the year. Redmond with 1 run in the 3rd, 4 runs in the 4th, and 4 runs in the 5th to lead it by a score of 9-0. Willett cruising along on a 1-hitter today. That one's driven hard to left and deep. Warning track, wall and gone. Second home run of the game for Vince Schwartz. Sat on an off-speed pitch, stayed behind it long enough to drive it into the trees and left.
Now batting for the Redmen, the shortstop, Miles Farley.
10-0 Redmond. Fouled straight back by Miles Farley, looking for his first hit here in game 2. 0 for 3. 2 for 4 in game number 1. Guerrero's pitch missing outside. 1-1. Again, the Redmen Wednesday in Chicago against North Park. Doubleheader next Saturday at Elmhurst. And then they return home for a single contest against the Blue Jays next Sunday. That's driven up the middle for a base hit. Farley with his first hit here in game number 2. A one-out single by Miles Farley.
The designated hitter, Clayton Taylor.
Brings up Clayton Taylor, designated hitter here in game number 2. He's reached base twice, single and scored. Came in on that 3-run home run by Matt Pratcher back in the 4th inning. Hit by a pitch and scored. On the double and error, again by Pratcher. Pratcher with 4 runs driven in today. Throw to first. Farley able to get back in safely. Farley 1 for 1 in the stolen base. That's driven into left field corner, and that will get down as a fair ball into the corner. Going into third and heading for home. There won't be a play. Farley will score. It's a run-scoring double for Clayton Taylor. And the Redmen lead it 11-0. They'll appeal whether Farley missed third. He did not. Taylor with an RBI. It is his third driven in this season. Another pitching change upcoming here for Defiance. 11-0 Redmen. They've plated 2 here in the 6th inning. Again, the 10-run rule in effect here, so if Willett can come out and shut down the Yellow Jackets in the 7th inning, it'll go as a win for the Redmen today.
Coming to pitch for the Yellow Jackets, number 26, Jack Powell.
Jack Powell will come in for Defiance. Came in and pitched the final out of the 9th inning in game number 1. Try and get out of this 6th inning here. Redmen 11 runs on 12 hits and 1 error. Defiance no runs, 1 hit and 2 errors. Long ball the difference here in game number 2. Redmen going deep 4 times. A pair of solo shots by Vinny Schwartz today. A 3-run homer by Pratcher. Solo shot by Colton Klein. Going for a split here in this doubleheader. Redmen fell 13-10 in game 1. Down 13-4 at one point. It'd be awfully hard to shut this Redmen hitting down. North Central in front of Wisconsin Lutheran, 8-7. That game in the bottom of the 9th inning. Game 2 of that doubleheader. Got a pinch runner coming in now for the Redmen. Evan Waringa. Waringa is a 6-foot sophomore. He'll come in for Clayton Taylor at second base. Beckman, line shot, will fall in for a base hit. McKay will hold Werwinga at third. It's a single for Beckman. He is 3 for 3 here in game number 2. So bring up Pratcher, the catcher. A walk, 3-run home run, and an RBI double. 4 driven in for Pratcher here in game 2, takes a strike. Runners at first and third, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Redmond in control, 11-0. Fouled straight back, 0-2. Carthage now with 21 runs on 30 hits in this doubleheader. Good to know all the light bulbs work on the scoreboard. Just got enough to stay alive, 0-2. Looking ahead to the Yellow Jackets' 7th inning, it'll be Stipich, Neary, and Tomeyer. Again, the 10-run rule in effect, so Redmond can not allow a run. They'll pick up the win. That's driven into the gap in left center. That will get down for an RBI single. Pratcher red hot here in game number 2, drives in another run. It's his 5th RBI in the game. This one is single. Coming in to score is Werwinga, who came in to run for Clayton Taylor. Over to third is Beckman. It is 12-0 Carthage. Missing inside with a fastball, 1-0. Jake Snyder. Sacrifice fly and an RBI back in the 5th inning. And scored Pratcher. Powell behind now, 2-0. Up the middle. And will get through for a base hit. In to score is Beckman. Headed to third is Pratcher. RBI single for Jake Snyder.
Up to the plate for the Redmond, number 9, Colton Klein.
13-0 Carthage. Colton Klein, who's 1 for 3. That one, a solo home run. Back in the 4th inning. Tap foul at the plate. $16 hits now for the Redmen. Had 16 hits in game 1. 23 runs on 32 hits now. This doubleheader for the Redmen. Line takes in on the hands, 1-1. Shadow is getting a bit long. That sun setting. Into left field for a base hit for Klein. Another run in. This time it's Pratcher scoring. Stopping at second is Schneider. Klein with his second base hit in game number 2. He's 2 for 4. plus a walk. 14-0 Redmond. In for a strike. Kramer, the 9th man to bat here in the 6th inning for the Redmen. 2 for 4 here in game number 2 with a run scored. Came in on the Cody Phelps RBI triple. Behind now 0-2. Only one out. That was Cody Phelps. Started the inning with a fly out to center. Driven into right field. Tolmeyer there makes the catch. Not tagging, getting back just in time. At second base was Schneider.
Batting for the Redmen, third baseman, Cody Phelps.
They'll bring up Phelps, 10th man to bat here in the inning. Started this inning, as I said, flew out to center field. He is 1 for 4. An RBI triple back in the 3rd. Swing and a miss. Went after a curveball that time. Redmond back home next Sunday afternoon, a 1 o'clock first pitch against the Elmhurst Blue Jays. They'll be on the road Wednesday at North Park for a single game. Doubleheader next Saturday at Butterfield Park against the Elmhurst Blue Jays. Fouled sharply down the right field line and out of play. We'll have the video stream next Sunday at 1 o'clock. Powell delivers. Hit sharply into right field. Tolmeyer able to make the play and the inning over. But the Redmen score 5 here in the
After the bottom of the 6th, there were 5 runs,
7 hits,
and 2 runners left.
no errors, and 2 men left. Top of inning number 7, 14-0 Redmond. They got a change on the mound.
The Redmen lead 14-0.
Pitching change here for Carthage. Looks like Brandon Hannick in now to pitch. To close this one out. So Willett,
For the Redmen, number 12, Brandon Hannick.
a 6-inning one-hitter today. Did not allow a run. Walked. Let's see. Struck out 1, 2, 3, 4. And walked 2. Got just what Augie Schmidt needed here in game number 2. So Hannick on relief. Of Willett here. The 7th inning. Again, 10-1 rule in effect. Redmond up 14-0. If they can get out of this inning, they will split this doubleheader. Stipich, Neary, and Tolmeyer due up. Out of the stretch. Hannick's pitch in there for strike 1. Hannick has pitched 4 innings this season. I should say his high was 4 innings. Grounded to third. High throw will get away from Schwartz. Leadoff hit here for Stipich. So 1 on, nobody out here in the top half of the 7th inning. Hennick with 15 innings in, 20 hits, only 10 earned runs, 9 walks, 8 strikeouts. He's allowed 4 extra base hits, 2 doubles, 2 triples. He's behind on Neary now, 2-0. Three and 0. Missing low for ball 4. So the first 2 reach here in the 7th inning with the Redmen up 14-0.
Now batting for the Yellow Jackets, the right fielder, Lucas Tomeyer.
Let's bring up Tomeyer, the right fielder, 0 for 2 today. Grounded to Phelps, the third baseman in the 4th. Tap back to the mound, and Willett back in the 2nd inning. Fastball down Main Street for strike 1. Curveball just missing inside. 1-1 the count. Breaking ball in and over. Hennick now 1-2 the count. 2 on, nobody out. Top half of the 7th inning. Good stop. Runner's going to attempt. They'll throw to third, not in time. Be a wild pitch advancing Stipich to third. Neary at first held. Tomeyer with a 2-2 count here. Swing and a miss. Went after a breaking ball. First strikeout of the game.
Now batting for the Yellow Jackets,
For Hennick.
John Brown.
So bring up John Brown, the first baseman, looking for his first hit today. He's 0 for 2. Runners at first and third and 1 out. Top of the 7th, Redmen up 14-0. Looking to get the win here with the 10-run rule. Swings over the fastball. 0-1 to Brown. Just 1 hit today in this game 2 for the Yellow Jackets. That came back in the 1st inning. Michael Gilliland with a 2-out single. The only hit given up today. Willett, excellent game, 6 innings of shutout ball. One and 2 the count here to John Brown. Stipich off at third, Neary off at first. Gets past the catcher, and this one will come in. Second wild pitch by Hennick. allows Stipich to come in and score. There goes the shutout. Neary on to second. 14-1. Squibber down the first base line. Foul ball. Good job by Hannick getting over there, and that ball squirt on the foul side of the first base line or picking it up. Foul down the right field side, now to play. Hannick again with the 2-2 pitch. Oh, just missed on the outside corner, 3-2. Runs the count full now to Brown, the first baseman. Neary at second, a run in. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Same spot as the last pitch. This time, Hannick getting the call. His second strikeout of the inning. 2 gone here in the 7th. Brings up Vickery, the left fielder. 0 for 2, pair of groundouts. Driven to left, coming on is Beckman. Makes the catch, and that's your ball game here this evening. Game 2 going to the Redmen tonight by a final of 14-1. As Matt Willett, a 6-inning, 1-hit shutout today in game number 2. For the Redmen, 14 runs on 17 hits and 2 errors. For the Yellow Jackets, 1 run, 1 hit, and 2 errors. Willett picks up the win for the Redmen. The loss to Troy Konwinski. Redmen split this doubleheader. They go to 8-5 on the season, while the Yellow Jackets have a 2-game, make it a 3-game win streak snap. They fall to 9-4-1. Redmen on the road Wednesday at North Park. Then they'll play a doubleheader next Saturday at Elmhurst in a single game against the Blue Jays back here at Augie Schmidt Field next Sunday afternoon. That's when we'll join you next. It'll be the Redmen and the Blue Jays next Sunday afternoon, a 1 o'clock first pitch from beautiful Augie Schmidt Field. Hope you'll join us for our next live.carthage.edu event here for Carthage baseball. Again, the Redmen split the doubleheader here today, dropping the first game 13-10, coming back and winning the nightcap 14-1 in 7 innings. John Weiser saying good afternoon from Augie Schmidt Field. Join us again next Sunday for Redmen baseball right here on live.carthage.edu and the video stream. Good night, everyone.